Dear fellow mourners, I present this speech on behalf of the siblings of Charles Oluka, the late. Today, we gather to remember and honor the life of our dear brother, Charles Oluka. As I stand here, it's hard to find the right words to express the weight of the loss and the immense love we feel for him. Growing up together, we shared countless moments, some of laughter, some challenges, but each of those shaped who we are today. Charles was more than just a sibling to us. He was a confidant to many of us. He was a protector, best friend. In the most difficult moments, one could always count on him to offer his unwavering support, guidance, and sometimes just a much-needed laugh. Charles had a heart that could light up the darkest room. His kindness, his compassion, and his ability to make anyone feel seen and heard are qualities that we will carry with us always. He taught us the importance of staying true to oneself, of being there for others, and of loving with an open heart. While today is a day of sorrow, it is also a day to celebrate his life. The life he lived so fully, with such passion and purpose. He touched so many lives in ways big and small, and for that we are all forever grateful. His memory will live on in each of us, and in the stories we shall share, in the lessons we have learned, and in the love that binds us together. Brother Charles, we will miss you more than words can ever say. But we find comfort knowing that the bond we shared can never be broken. And we promise to carry a piece of you with us always. Rest in peace, dear brother.
Thank you. Let's clap for them again. Thanks for gathering the courage to give that wonderful message. We were supposed to have the next speech being by the parent representative, but I guess Mr. Ochabal gave it. Yes. So I'll now move to invite the Friends representative. The Friends representative, I think Honorable Jachanomach and your colleagues, if there are some, like I told you, Honorable Jachanomach met the late, I think in 1970, if I remember what he said during the wedding, in Nyapea College in Nebi, then now Zombo. You're most welcome to speak on behalf of the Friends.
The Chief Mourner, and all of you who have come to celebrate the life and life of Charles. 55 years ago, a tiny young man from Teso district came to West Nile district in search of secondary school education. And this tiny young man had a very infectious smile. And I remember him always with a short sleeve shirt, very white Yamato shirt, well stuck in. And who was this? Charles Oluka. One day, this young man with a very infectious smile, being in S1, was attacked by those who are in second year. They used to call them abajad. And I come across him, so I saved him, and then I told him that in 1969, a young man by the name of Crispus Odongo Ayena in S1, we used to have a time of either supper or lunch. You stand up and give a speech, and this speech, everybody's eating there in the dining hall would listen to you. So this Ayena, S1, gathered that courage, and everybody remembered him. So I said, Charles, this school is full of bombastic words. Go to this section of the library, you will find those books with very bombastic words, and go to Advanced Learner's Dictionary, get their meaning, and one day also come and make a speech, even if you are in S1. And after that speech, everybody remembered Charles. I went to Lango College, then to Makerere University. We lost touch. But when he was appointed Director General of ISO, we managed to meet back again. One time he invites me to celebrate his birthday. And I said, what is wrong with Charles? I am here celebrating my birthday. He's also asking me that he's celebrating his birthday. So we share the same birthday, 16th April. Mine was 3 years before his. Then I told him that another person who shared birthday with us was Pope Benedict XVI. And in my own wisdom, I went and met him in 2005 when he had been made the Pope. So I said also one day, try to find a way of also seeing who are the people who are born on the 16th of April. Charles wedded on his birthday, on the 16th of April 2023. And I was also there at the wedding. So we celebrated our birthday together. And what was most spectacular was that that day was the Divine Mercy Sunday. You can never have such double blessing if you're not loved by God. Your wedding on your birthday and your wedding on Divine Mercy Sunday. If you're a Catholic, you understand the importance of that day. And now we are celebrating his life. As Father told us, Father John Baluku, this is the year of Jubilee, where everything is forgiven. And here he is lying. And with this, a man who has the grotto of Mother Mary in his home. And I one time told him that in the Catholic Church, the prayer before you receive the blessing of the Holy Eucharist is from a soldier. Lord, I am not worthy to receive you, but if you can only say the word, my soul will be healed. This is from a centurion. So you, as Charles, the work that you have been given by His Excellency the President, there is nothing that is done in this country which is not security intelligence driven. Nothing. So you have been given the highest responsibility in this country. Of course, there are many other intelligence agencies, different ones, but they all come together. So make sure that this work that you are doing is Christocentric. And I told him in Latin, Benedictus prevenit in nomine Domini. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. The Lord has given you this talent. Use it effectively and always make Mother Mary be your shield. So I am happy that what we did with them in St. Aloysius College, Japea, where we used to go for Mass every morning before you go to class. And a number of us were altar boys. So I'm not surprised that he has kept his religiosity up to this very time. We thank you all for coming to celebrate his life. We thank you the number of priests that have come. If I'm not mistaken, it's just like the ones that Christ had. They were 12 plus 1. I don't know how many you are, but it shows what Charles stood for. So I thank you for coming. I thank you for giving me this opportunity of saying something little about Charles. Charles was always smiling. Charles was always making friends. Even when you have tried to disappoint Charles, he would always soften you with his very, very, very good smile. May the good Lord rest his soul in eternal peace.
Thank you very much, Honorable Jachan Fred Omach, the former minister, former MP. We have only 3 speeches left. The one of the chief mourner, the one of the widow, and the one of the children. Before I now invite the children and Lieutenant Vivian Akulo, who will speak on behalf of the children, allow me to announce that there is a request that has been made by some of the mourners who are tied up for time and are leaving. There is an arrangement that has been made. Look at this gentleman who is wearing a sachet on around his shoulders. He will guide you if you have an envelope that you are supposed to contribute as part of that contribution to the window on behalf of the fallen Brigadier General Charles Oluka. We don't want to miss your contribution. That said, allow me now invite the children of the late to come and we hear from you. Kindly, the rest of the children also come. Don't leave Vivian alone. Come and accompany her. She will speak on your behalf, but be with her. You're most welcome.
Chief Mourner, Major General Mwezi, ministers present, members of parliament, liaison officers from different foreign agencies, officers of internal security organization, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, family and friends. Today, we gather to honor and remember the life of our father, Brigadier General Charles Oluka, who gave ultimate sacrifice in service to our country. Please clap for him. As we stand together in this moment of grief, we also stand united in gratitude for his unwavering commitment to protect and defend the values we hold dear.
I just want to share something small about Dad. Dad, if we all decided to say something little about him, it would all be about love, kindness, unity, patience. Isn't it? When I was a little child, maybe I didn't introduce myself. My name is Lieutenant Vivian Akulo. I am Khan number 1. I am also the Commander-in-Chief of Dad's children. I use those words because that's exactly how he used to introduce us. So Khan number 2, you're going to raise your hand up. Monica. Khan number 3, Doreen. Khan number 4, Khan number 5, Mercy. And then Jerry Oluka. He's not here with us. I don't know why, but he developed malaria before. Then there is Lucky Oluka. But before Lucky, there is Oluka Emmanuel. And then there is Oluka Esmeralda. Then Oluka Akulo. Then we have Oluka Lucky. Now, right after that, we have the twins, Aaron and Agatha, and then baby Abraham. Now, Daddy adopted. Do not be mistaken. Now, those adopted children are led by Lydia Akimo, who is the class monitress of that team. I expect her to write back to me on time, right after we've laid Daddy to rest. And that is how Daddy commanded us. So as Commander-in-Chief, I'm happy to relay this message to you. We're very excited to be here today. Why? We've gotten to see faces that we've never seen before. So we want to thank all of you for working with our father, for loving our father, for guiding him. I was impressed. He had a group, visionary women. Visionary women, where did you come from? It's amazing. Thank you for being in our dad's life. So many broke his heart, but so many lived with him, and that means you were out there to guide him. We want to thank you. We want to thank the Nira family. Why I mention Nira, we all have issues with our national ID. It is one of the tasks that he was intending to complete. When Daddy got a task, he did his best to make sure it was perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, as you see us standing here, each one of us has a piece of him. Okay? So in case you want to see an infectious smile, look for me. Okay, even others. But in case you want to find the brains, they're also here. One of us is actually going to stand for Member of Parliament in Kalake District, and that's Monica Asako. Daddy was a Liverpool fan. So while he was in Liverpool, we were in Manchester United. You can only imagine that day when Liverpool is playing and Manchester is playing. The kids are on one side and the dad is on the other. Most times Liverpool would beat us, but he would still console us. I don't want to forget to introduce Captain Catherine Achom, who has been directly guiding us as children. Most times, when we had issues with Daddy, he would call her, especially me. Yeah, being Commander-in-Chief is not easy. Not at all. I think you also see what our CDF is going through. So you can imagine the small CDF in me. Yeah, I represent so many issues, but I'm here now, and I'm happy. I would like to mention something. In the early 1980s, when I was a little child, Daddy, I think he had joined the army. So I saw soldiers, and those soldiers were passing by our home. And then I told the soldiers, lucky for me on that day, they were friendly forces. I told them, Nyinyi wa jeshi, you soldiers, my father has a gun like yours, he has a uniform like yours, he has shoes like yours. Now the friendly forces get back to him and tell him, you know what? Your daughter has just told us that you have a gun like ours, and you know, Mommy was seated at the back of the house. So she comes and says, what have you just done? It was time for insurgencies in Soroti. I ran back because I realized I had made a mistake. So I went to the back of the house, and then he comes riding his bicycle. He had to get me from the back of the house and consoled me, and then asked me not to speak about it again. But I must tell you, Daddy used that against me up till today. He actually kept telling me, you have Lugambo. You did it in the 1980s. I guess that's why I grew up working under the Directorate of Media, and I am now the current Deputy Director Media in ISO, in Internal Security Organization. Spatula Mom, I want to thank Mami Rose. Please stand up. Mami Rose took care of Dad for the last 30 years of his life or more, and raised 5 girls who are now adults and are married. I would like also to recognize our other mothers that bore us, Christine Mataka and Mama Laki. At this particular moment, I want to talk to my mother that is wedded in the church, Mother Harriet Akisa. You have shouldered what we couldn't shoulder. You love Daddy so much, and I know the pain that you're feeling is something that we may not be able to comprehend. But I want you to take heart and be strong and believe in God, because every day Daddy prayed, but prayed for all of us. And Daddy loved God, and Daddy loved you, and Daddy loved all of us. So we need strength. We need you guys. You know, ever since Dad's passing, my phone has been buzzing. You guys have been calling and texting. Should you keep quiet, I will make a radio announcement that all the guys that were in church no longer call. Please call us, please text us, comfort us, because God gave us an angel that loved us. And now He has taken him, and we would like him to continue moving and going and sitting next to God in a much comfortable way. Who are we to cry? They are orphans that are like, never see their dads, or you know, but our dad lived and raised us. So we have to have purpose. To my siblings, know that we are not alone in our grief. Internal Security Organization has lost a big, I don't know. Are you guys here? I know you're feeling it. This country has lost. Daddy was a very humble quiet man. Some of my friends were actually very shocked that my father was the Director General of Internal Security Organization, because he instilled humbleness in us as well. So we lived a humble life. And because of that humbleness, he was able to be there and create many friends and many people around him. So to my siblings, our loss is shared by the nation that is deeply grateful for his sacrifice. And before I end, I'm proud to introduce our spouses. Ha, Moses would have killed me today. My husband, Moses Oluka. Yes, that's how much I loved my dad. God gave me a chance to be married to someone who owns a name with my father. And I promise you, he sounds exactly like my dad. Moses Oluka, I'm sure he must be somewhere there organizing. I also want to introduce Africano. He has that name from Africano, and then Stephen. Yes. I also want to introduce Mr. Bong. He's somewhere. Yes. So we are blessed as girls. We have 4 spouses in our family. We only have one girl who is not yet married. And then the rest of the girls are still having an education. Don't come and confuse us. Because Daddy produces very beautiful daughters. I think you can see. He was a very handsome man. He also looks young, but no, he was old. Someone wrote that Daddy was 57 years of age, but I need to remind you that he was actually 68 years of age. And he lived a happy life, and it was full. And so I want to thank all of you for coming, and may the soul of Daddy rest in eternal peace.
I request all of you to clap for these children. You know, there is some common phrase now that His Excellency the President likes referring to from the Bible, that we shall know them by their fruits. Isn't it good and timely? If ever we doubted the fineness of the general lying here, Vivian and the team demonstrated it here.
I'm so sorry, but I guess I was overwhelmed. Sir, I'd like you to pass this message to the President of the Republic of Uganda. Please, on behalf of my siblings, would like to say thank you very, very much. From the time Daddy became Director General, our lives changed. The milk was enough. Yeah, life changed. Some of us got scholarships, go to school, and we pray and wish him the best, because we are his strong supporters no matter what. Thank you very much, sir.
Very organized, very articulate, and that is a testimony of a well-brought-up group of children. Thank you, Vivian. No wonder you are a soldier. Soldiers are always organized. So we thank God for you as well. We are left with 2 speeches. That is the speech of the widow, Mrs. Harriet Akisa Oluka, and then the speech of the Chief Mourner. But Chief Mourner, I request, there is a special message that has just come, and I request for your indulgence. It is very short, only 3 short paragraphs. I've been told if I don't pass this message in your presence, I will have problems. And it is from the Ubimo of Alur. I need to be careful with his title. It is His Royal Majesty Philip Olarke Raoni III, the King of the Alur Kingdom. And it says, condolence message. We are deeply saddened to learn of the death of Brigadier General Charles Oluka, the Director General of ISO. We offer our sincere and heartfelt condolences to the family, the Office of the President, the Uganda People's Defense Forces, the Internal Security Organization, and the ITESO Cultural Union. Brigadier General Oluka was not only an in-law to the Alur, in brackets, he was married to Harriet Oluka from Paduot in Nebi district, but he was also a true friend of Alur Kingdom. He, through ISO, worked collaboratively with the kingdom to address issues like insecurity, conflicts, and other social challenges, earning him a special place in our hearts. May the love and memories you shared with Brigadier General Oluka bring you comfort and strength during this time of loss. Please know that you are not alone, and Alur Kingdom and its people are with you. May the soul of Brigadier General Oluka rest in eternal peace. On that note, Chief Mourner, allow me now invite Mrs. Oluka Harriet, the widow, to come and talk to us. Auntie, I know it is tough, but gather some strength. You have seen what your children have done here. They have taken away all the tears. If we were crying, they said we shouldn't cry. You saw what your sisters-in-law have done. So gather equal strength and come and talk to these mourners of your husband. Let's clap for her to give her some strength.
Amen, celebrant. Co-celebrant, dear Chief Mourner, General Jim Weze, all protocol observed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. here once again to allow me all of for coming, standing with this particular moment. Allow me to thank so much His Excellency, President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta. I want to thank him so much for the responsibility that he has given to my dear husband. And I want to thank the Iso family that has accepted to work with him faithfully. I want to thank the church who never left us ever since I came into his life. I want to thank all dear friends. You have shown me love. It's sorry that I cannot talk much. The time His Excellency entrusted my husband with that responsibility, it has changed the life of not only his family member, it changed the life of his friend and many others. I want to thank him for giving us these wonderful children who have been speaking before you here. My husband had got 13 biological children, and he has left me with 3, and the last one is 3-month-old Abraham. He has been a friend. It is just because of the much love that he has given me, we had for each other, that could not make me give a proper speech. You will excuse me. Thank you all.
Let's clap for the widow. Harriet, thank you. And thanks to the entire family. Allow me now to take this opportunity to invite the Honorable Major General Retired Jim Muwezi, who has been the immediate supervisor to the fallen Brigadier General Charles Oluka. He is also representing the Vice President as the Chief Mourner. General, you're most welcome. Okay, mourners.
The family of the late General Oluka, I'm sorry, my voice is a bit hoarse. Harriet,
Oluka, and all the children of late Brigadier General Oluka, colleagues, ministers, colleagues, members of parliament, generals and officers of UPDF and internal security organization and all the other security agencies, the church, distinguished mourners, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of government, I wish to convey our deepest condolences to Mrs. Oluka and the entire family, to his parents, his siblings, all relatives and friends, to the UPDF family, to the internal security organization family, and to all people, as we were introduced, who worked with the General Oluka. I happen to have been his supervisor when he joined Internal Security Organization, and I have been his minister when he has passed on. So you can imagine how I feel about losing such a distinguished person. When we took over government in 1986, we were largely Bushmen, people from the bush. They used to joke and call us Bushmen. Why? Because we had a large number of fighters who were of peasantry background, but who had taken up arms to capture power. We had a few of us who had gone through university. Therefore, when we took power and we formed the intelligence services, we had to recruit educated people. We had a few people like General Kasurahia and the Colonel Mujimba. For Kasura, he came from the bush. He was a mathematician, but he had also fought. But the Colonel Mujimba, he was a lecturer at the university in the Department of Psychology. And when we were starting intelligence, I thought that we needed someone with a psychology background and recruited him. Then we looked for scientists. That's when we identified Charles Oluka, when he was an instructor at Sorot Flying School. And indeed, when he came, as you heard, he served in the technical department of the organization. At that time, we were looking for people of good caliber, apart from education, people who were patriotic and with a high sense of integrity. Why? Because the history of intelligence services in Uganda was very, very bad. The General Service Unit of Obote 1, the State Research Bureau of Obote, the National Security Agency of Obote 2, were all very, very bad. They were anti-people, and people were against them. So one of our biggest targets was to make intelligence services pro-people. So we were recruiting good people. And that's how we identified General Oluka as one of such people. And indeed, when he came, he proved us right. As you heard, he rose through the ranks until he has headed a service. I was his supervisor for 10 years, from 1986 to 9 years, because he joined in 87, and I left in 96. But I could see that he had the potential, indeed, to head the organization, the internal security organization. I would like to thank the President for identifying him and appointing him Director General of Internal Security Organization. Indeed, at the time he came in, the organization had some issues emanating from leadership. And when he came in, he stabilized the organization. So I would like to thank him very much for being a good cadre, a good patriot, but also a professional intelligence officer. Because intelligence officers don't show off. They don't show off. For us who lived in the time of Idi Amin, we saw what the State Research Bureau used to do. They used to drive vehicles with the wires hanging around so that they have special communication. They would put on dark glasses. They would go knocking people so that when you say, "Why are you knocking me?" he tells you he's an intelligence officer. They would go with the pistols out, put them on the table when they are drinking alcohol. But when NRM came to power, we changed all that. So Oluka made a very great contribution in that regard. So we really thank the family. I was really thanking the family and the community where he comes from for offering us such a distinguished personality to serve his country. We shall be making speeches at the burial. Let me leave it short, but salute him deeply for his patriotic role in serving the country in that important and sensitive position as Director General of Internal Security Organization. I would like to thank the church for giving him a special service. I have attended these services, but this was deeper, I think. And I think he deserved it, because I know he has been very religious. I even saw a chapel in his home, in his house, where you said he has the Virgin Mary, I don't know what to call it. I don't want. Yeah, so thank you for honoring him with such a service. Now you said he had pledged to build a window. Yes. So I will contribute 10 million shillings. In memory of my brother, General Oluka. May General Oluka, my compatriot and my friend's soul, rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
Let's give General another better clap for taking up the left responsibility of our fallen General Oluka.
I beg your pardon, because of this loss I got also affected like Harriet. I have a message from Her Excellency, the Vice President. I gave mine and forgot the most important one. To the bereaved family of Brigadier General Charles Oluka, condolence message. I am deeply saddened to learn of the passing of Brigadier General Charles Oluka, which occurred on 29th of January 2025. On behalf of the Office of the Vice President and on my own behalf, I would like to extend our heartfelt condolences to the entire family, the Internal Security Organization, and to the country at large. Brigadier General Oluka's dedication to service, to serving our nation, will always be remembered and cherished. His contributions to the Internal Security Organization and to the country as a whole will never be forgotten. Please accept our sincerest sympathies during this difficult time. May you find strength and comfort in the memories of Brigadier General Oluka and the impact he had on those around him. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Major Retired Jessica Arupo, RE, Member of Parliament, Vice President. Thank you.
General, the earlier one was as the supervisor of General Oluka. We clapped for you. Now that you delivered of the chief mourner, we shall clap for you again, General. It's all well. On behalf of the presiding priest, I've been advised to announce as follows. We are going to now depart or exit the church, and the next destination, General leading us, will be at home. The home is in Kitende, Chitovu, just along the St. Lawrence Kitende Road. That turn to the left when you're coming from this side. From here, the pallbearers are going to, with the guidance of the priest, they are going to take the body at the exit, at a vantage point there. That's where they will open the casket from. And for those who are not perhaps coming home for the vigil, the official vigil is this afternoon, this evening, at home, starting from after here. We are all come home and condole with the family, with the wife, with the children, the siblings, and all the community members there. This is a friend who is on his last journey out of Kampala and out of this physical life. So we want to invite you all to come and be there this evening. The viewing will be done from that point, and just beside or above the casket there will be a basket. If you have anything that can add towards the assisting the family in whatever way, kindly drop it in the basket. The last one, the last guidance, we will exit in a reverse order. The pallbearers will be first, followed by the clergy, and then the family, the widow, Harriet, and the children, and then together with the chief mourner and the dignitaries. So as the choir will be leading us with a solemn song, I will request that we shall all stand up once the priest has directed us, and we follow that guidance. Let's not scramble to get out. Of course, there will be a moment when we can see that everything is in order and there is enough space for all of us. So let me now hand over back to the presiding priest, Father John, and his co-celebrants to now conclude for us the ceremony at church here. Otherwise, I want to thank you all very much. Thanks for loving General. Thanks for loving the family, the wife, the children. Like the daughter has said, let's keep in touch with them as and when we can to console them and condole with them. And the rest of the program announcements of how to proceed to the burial place at home, we will give you all those from home. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
And as a way of concluding this Mass, I will invite you that we stand up and The Mass is ended. Let us now go in the peace of the Lord.